For a long time, almost everyone believed that being rich meant having a big house, maybe an apartment downtown, or even some land. It was as if wealth was hidden inside walls, bricks and cement. But the world changed, and it changed fast. And at the beginning of the video, I explained this in a very simple way. Today, there is something much bigger than just owning a property. The new wealth is not measured by the size of the house, but by the assets you can build and multiply. Imagine you have two choices. Option 1, buy a house and leave it standing still without generating income. Option 2, have something that puts money in your pocket every day, even while you sleep. It's clear that the second option makes you much stronger financially. And that's what almost no one realizes. There are modern assets, like digital businesses, automatic systems, recurring income that can produce much more money than an entire property. And the best part, you don't need to be a millionaire to start. While houses and gold remain static, these new assets grow, scale, multiply, and can be created with little money and a lot of intelligence. I tell them that this is the new era of wealth. An era where what really matters is not what you buy, but what you build, and that works for you. Right after, I explain something that seems obvious, but that almost no one really understands. An asset is everything that puts money in your pocket. Simple as that. And this is where many people have that click, that turning of the key. Because our whole lives we were taught the opposite. They told us that assets were expensive, complicated things that only rich people could have. But when you understand the real definition, everything changes. I tell in the video that there are people who work hard their whole lives, but never achieve financial freedom because they don't accumulate assets. They accumulate bills, expenses, and debts. Every month, they're waiting for the salary to arrive because nothing else generates income for them. The rich do the opposite. They build systems. They create income sources that work on their own. They create assets that continue producing money when they are traveling, sleeping, or spending time with family. And I explain it in a very simple way, almost visual in the person's mind. Imagine you have a small faucet. Every time you open it, a little bit of money comes out. Now imagine several faucets all dripping at the same time every day. That's having assets. The more faucets you create, the more freedom you conquer. And that's where I reinforce something essential. True wealth doesn't come from how much you work, but from how many assets work for you. When you understand this, your financial life is never the same again. Here I start by saying that there is a type of asset that many people don't even realize exists, but that can completely change anyone's financial life: automated businesses. I explain it like this. Imagine creating something that works for you even when you're not there. Sounds magical, right? But it's not. It's strategy. I give simple examples that anyone over 35 years old quickly understands. Vending machines. You install a machine for snacks, drinks, or simple products. You stock it, set the price, and that's it. The machine works 24 hours every day without asking for vacation, without complaining, and without depending on you. Self-service laundromats. These are those laundromats where the person puts in the clothes, pays, and does everything themselves. You just need to keep the space running. Money comes in all month long, even when you're not there. Automated online stores, these are even more powerful. You set up the store, organize the products, automate customer service, and let the system run. While you sleep, someone on the other side of the city, or even the world, can be buying from you. I explain that this type of business works like a gear. You create it, adjust it, tighten the initial bolts, and then let the machine spin. And what's most interesting is that these businesses don't require large spaces, large teams, or large investments. They do require intelligence, knowing how to set up a system that doesn't depend on your hands all the time. And I reinforce a very important point. Automated businesses are the new factory of modern times. Before, only those who had a warehouse full of employees could scale income. Today, anyone with strategy can create something that generates money while life happens. It's the first asset on the list because it shows right away that financial freedom is not about working more, but about building things that work in your place. And before continuing, let me ask you something quick. If you're enjoying the video, if these ideas are opening your mind, click the like button now. This helps the content reach more people and shows me that it makes sense to continue bringing this type of knowledge to you. And there's more. Right above this video, in the featured section, there is special content called How to Use Your Salary for 2 months to Transform Your Financial Life. It's a simple and direct step-by-step guide on how to take the money you already receive today and make it truly work for you. If you really want to change your life, watch that video too. It's right there at the top, waiting for you. And it could be exactly what you needed to start turning the game around. After showing how automated businesses work like small money machines, I go into one of the most powerful assets that exist today: recurring income. And to explain this, I use a simple example. Imagine that every month, on the same day, without delay, an amount enters your account. It doesn't matter if you woke up early, if you worked a lot, or if you took a 2-day break. The money arrives. Period. It's like having a financial allowance, but one you created yourself. And then I explain that there are several ways to build this type of asset: subscriptions, content platforms, VIP areas, communities, closed groups, paid newsletters, something people pay every month to have access to, memberships, gyms, schools, online courses, training platforms, personal care services, among others, clubs, coffee club, wine club, clothing club, book club, investment club. The person pays to receive something every month. Software. This is one of the strongest. You create a simple app or tool and people pay a monthly fee to use it. I explain that this type of business is stable because the money comes in predictably. Unlike a regular business where one day you sell a lot and the next nothing, here you know exactly how much you will receive every month. And this, for those seeking financial freedom, is gold. I reinforce that the rich love this type of model because it creates something most people never had: cash flow security. And I say clearly in the video, when you build recurring income, you stop depending exclusively on the month's work. You start depending on the systems you built, and that changes everything. This is the second asset on the list because it creates predictability. And predictability is what separates those who live putting out fires from those who build wealth in the long term. Here I go into one of the smartest assets that exist, and that many people only discover too late: making money by owning pieces of companies without having to work inside them. I explain to the viewer in a very simple way. Think with me. There's a huge difference between working in a company and owning a part of it. Those who work receive a salary. Those who own receive part of the profits, and this many times without lifting a finger. And then I start showing that today this is much more accessible than it seems. Stock market shares. You buy a small part of giant companies, like buying a little piece of a building. If the company grows, your money grows with it. If it distributes profits, you receive dividends in your account without having to do anything. Participation in small businesses. It could be the corner bakery, the beauty studio, the new neighborhood cafe. You put in part of the capital and receive part of the monthly profit. It's like being a silent partner. Investing in franchises, you buy the right to use a famous brand with an already tested business model. It's like entering a game that's already set up, where the chances of it working are much higher. Startups. This is the most modern model. You invest a little at the beginning in exchange for a stake. If the company grows, your part can be worth a lot, sometimes millions. And then I reinforce the central point. When you participate in companies, you put your money to work inside several different machines. It's as if you had several invisible employees generating results every day, even when you don't even remember that company exists. I also explain in a light way, the rich understand something most people never understood. Earning little from many places is more powerful than earning a lot from a single place. Having 10 small sources of profit is much safer than depending on a single salary. Participation in companies is exactly that. A step for you to stop being just a worker and start being a wealth builder. Here I explain that there is a type of asset that gives something everyone wants, money coming in every day. Yes, every day. Without depending on specific dates, without having to wait until the end of the month, without counting the days for the salary to hit the account. And I start showing this with a simple example. Imagine waking up, opening your business cash register, and seeing that money came in while you were sleeping. Then, in the middle of the afternoon, a little more comes in. At night, a little more. And so on, day after day. That's the power of businesses that have daily money inflow. And they exist in various forms. Physical stores, from a neighborhood shop to a more modern store. Every day there are customers, every day there are sales, every day there's cash. Coffee shops, one of the most stable businesses, coffee, snacks, sweets. These are quick purchases that happen all day long, like small, constant drips of income. Delivery, whether it's food, meal prep, cake, pizza, acai, water, or market products. The demand is daily, and many people prefer to buy every day instead of buying everything at once. Small businesses, stationery, supply store, pet products, grocery store, these are fast turnover businesses, and fast turnover means cash always coming in. I explain that this type of asset is ideal for those who need to build a financial cushion faster. It has turnover, it has constant flow, and mainly it allows you to reinvest practically every day. I say a phrase that always holds attention. While some wait the entire month to pay bills, owners of daily businesses reinvest every day to grow. And then I explain that this creates a different rhythm, faster growth, a greater sense of control, and a freedom much closer than most imagine. And I reinforce, the secret is not to sell a lot once in a while. It's to sell every day, even if it's a little. Because a business that sells little every day is more powerful than a business that sells a lot once a month. This is the fifth asset because it puts money in your pocket immediately, predictably, and constantly. And this helps you build the foundation of your financial freedom. Not every physical asset needs to be a house or an apartment. There are much more accessible things that also put money in your pocket. Profitable physical assets are objects, equipment, or spaces that you rent to other people to use. I give clear and easy to visualize examples, machines and equipment that you rent by the day or by the hour, vehicles used for deliveries, transportation or rental, tools and construction equipment, productive land such as areas for cultivation or parking, small machines such as tents, tables, toys, or party items. The logic is simple. You buy once and let other people use it, paying for it. It's a practical, direct asset, and many people can start even with little money by buying something small and renting it to those who need it. That's why it's the seventh asset on the list. Easy to understand and great for generating quick and frequent income. When you look at all these assets together, you realize they have one thing in common. They keep working even when you're resting. And this is where many people understand, for the first time, that financial freedom is not about running faster. It's about building things that keep working while your life happens. From the moment you stop seeing money only as something to spend and start seeing it as a seed to plant, everything begins to change. Because living only as a consumer traps you. You buy, use, run out, buy again, and the cycle never ends. But when you decide to build, you break out of that cycle. Each small asset you create becomes an ally. It grows little by little, day after day. It pays you when you're working, when you're sleeping, when you're with family, when you're traveling. That's how true freedom begins. And most importantly, you don't need a big start. You just need a start. A simple step, a small asset, a different move. Wealth doesn't appear suddenly. It's born slowly, silently, but constantly. And when you realize it, it's already part of your life. Everything changes when you decide to build instead of just consuming. It's this decision that opens doors, that brings peace of mind, that puts you on the right path. Financial freedom doesn't arrive as a gift. It arrives as a consequence of smart choices made day after day. And the first step can start now. In the end, it all comes down to a simple choice. Continue living the same way, or finally decide to do something different for the next 2 months. You've already seen that it's possible. Now you need to believe it's possible for you. If this video helped you, like it, because this shows YouTube that this content deserves to reach more people. And of course, subscribe to the channel to walk with me on this journey of financial transformation. And if you really feel deep down that you're ready to change your life, write in the comments, "I will turn the key."